So this is kind of what my brain looks like right now. It's just jumbled up. And, usually I practice my sermon and look it over and figure it out. But when you wake up at 5 a.m. and prepare your sermon, you don't have a chance to do that. And for those of you who were not here, the reason that I got up at 5 a.m. to prepare my sermon is because, and I'm going to say, because I said this earlier, is that Sophia was supposed to preach today. And we, after looking at the weather, it's already snowing out, by the way, where she is, seeing the way the weather was coming in, that it was starting out west by her and coming this direction, and that by the time she got done, that it was probably going to be very bad out by her. And, we did not want her driving from here to there at noon. And so we just sent her home and said, we will figure this out. And so she went home, and I was not going to stay up till midnight working on a sermon, so instead I got up at 5. So, but, not really, but yes. So, so we're gonna do some things today that, are right up our alley. And by the way, I was texting the elders at 5 a.m. this morning going, what do you think about this? And what do you know? So they all joined in and helped. So God bless the elders. They are all brilliant. So yay for them. It's a team effort. But I do want to say this. We had that leadership meeting yesterday, and it was wonderful. There were 28 leaders there. If you were one of the leaders that were there, can you just stand up and wave at everybody? Well, no, stand up, Kevin. You can't just wave. Stand up. They were all here. Thank you. So there were 28 of them, and they gave up their 7 hours to be a part. And then after that, I got to tell you a story. After that, Tony and I went and did our most favorite thing ever, and that was babysit our little twins and 4-year-old granddaughter who turns 4. But I got to tell you this story. I already told the elders this. I'm just saying that I might have the most brilliant granddaughter. So she's a big sister, and she has twins. And so she's sitting next to me, and she's a very chill girl. She's just very easygoing, very chill. And she was sitting next to me. It's kind of what she does. And we were reading and things. Now, the twins, they're wild. They're always moving, always active, moving back. They're movers and shakers, man. They are movers and shakers. And so Tony was on the floor with them, God bless him. I was sitting on the couch with Sybil reading. And so the girls came over, and they were grabbing books and grabbing them out of her hand and doing all kinds of stuff, and we're trying to read, and she was getting disturbed. And so she gets up all of a sudden in the middle of reading, and that was odd for her. And then she walks over to where the toy chest is on the wall, and she walked over and just started pulling off these colorful little silverware items. And she's just pulling them off. Like she's just, yanking them down, making noise. And I'm watching her, and I'm like, what an odd behavior for her. This is not usual for her, but okay. So I'm just watching. By the way, it gave me a break to kind of sleep with my eyes open for a minute. And so she was pulling them all off, and then she finished. And they're all over the floor now. And I'm just kind of watching, and I'm like, interesting. And then she took a little metal pan that, that you fake cook with, and she took it and went whack, and knocked it on the floor, and it went twang and made all this noise. And then she kind of stops and looks over at the twins, and the twins were like, oh, noise, what is that? And they turned, and they went running over there. She goes walking back, sits down next to me, and goes, okay, keep going. Brilliant. I was like, you are brilliant. You are going to go far. It was so cute. Anyway, that's my story for the day. So, what we talked about in the leadership meeting was something that we are introducing to our leaders, but also as elders, a system. We have found, so I've been here for 28 years as a leader. I have been in ministry as a leader for about 40 years. So I've been doing this a long time. Probably one of the greatest tasks as a leader is follow-up, right? Is having a system that you can actually go from point A to point B to point C and follow something to the end. How many times do we start something and we don't get to the end, right? Anybody else have that problem? And so, we start out, we got vision, we're like, yeah, especially in the church. You hear God speak to you, you get the chills, you go, I got vision, I'm moving, and you go. But you lose momentum. And so we have that same issue as leaders, is we get excited for people, we want to help them go, and then we forget to follow up, or we don't follow up. So Matt Kistler, 3 years ago, read a book, gave it to me, or told me about it. I ordered it, and it was like a year ago that I read this book, and I went, this system is easy, I understand it, this we can implement. So I began working on it with the elders first, talking with them about it. Thank you, Matt Kistler, for the book, by the way. And then we brought it to the deacons, then we brought it to the whole leadership team. This is a system that we are introducing, but it's not just a system, so don't think like, oh my God, you're going to teach on a system for a Sunday service. It is a system that you can also lay over your personal life. And for this morning, lay over our word for the year, which is expansion. So I'm going to show you the system and talk about the system and explain what it is, and then we're going to kind of go through it, and then we're going to break off into groups. Thank you, honey. Always a support. So, but we'll talk about that too. So, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Fun, everybody. All right. So first, the system. First slide. So there are 3 boxes. The 3 boxes, the first one is called the present box, and it is managing the present. These are the things that we have to do, and I'm going to say in a system is what you have to do. Oh, okay, I was just wondering what you were doing, suddenly walking up. We'll just wait for a moment. Thanks, honey. Thank you. For those of you who don't know, that's my honey right there. Yeah, and my husband at the same thing. So box 1 is the present. This is the box that we most get caught in. This is the urgent. This is the box where these are the immediate needs that in a church system, in a business system, that you have to maintain. This is maintaining. This is strengthening what works, preserving the core values, and sustaining life-giving practices. This is of expansion, where you hold on to what you need to, pay attention to what you're doing. The difficult side of it is that you can easily get caught here by just maintaining but not moving forward. And most of us can get caught here. Most organizations can get caught here. Box number 2. Box number 2 is about letting go of the past. Box 2 is about releasing those things that no longer serve you. Once again, this is like in an organization letting go of the sacred calf. This is letting go of those things that you really like, that you think are very important, but are very hard to let go of. And that these are the ones that you go, yeah, but haven't we always done it this way? So in order to move forward, oftentimes we have to release what no longer is serving or letting go, and I love this verbiage of limiting habits. Those things that we hang on to, but that limit us. Number 3, box number 3. This one is innovation. This one really is about expansion. This one is about daring to do it. This is trying. And the way that I put this one is embracing failing, or embrace failing as part of the journey, right? Is that try, just try to implement something new, try to develop something, try to think out of the box. I think about, the innovation when we came in, I don't know how many months ago, and we had different stations set up, right? That's an innovation on a Sunday service. And going, what might happen if we had different stations on a Sunday service? What would that look like? Now, it could have failed. That's okay. We never do it again, but we try. Or today, breaking off into small groups, little innovation. Y'all may hate it and go, never do that again. Okay, but we tried. So, it's trying new things to see how do they work and expanding. Okay, so I almost said any questions. Any questions? Okay, very good. So how this works out, let me find my actual sermon. If you remember the idea of expansion, right? And I think everybody here remembers expansion. And it is about widening what already exists. This is our word for the year. It is about not striving, but it's about capacity. It's about expanding in how we think, expanding in how we see God, expanding in how we interpret Scripture. It's about just development. It's about innovation. It's about getting bigger. And I'm not even talking numbers within our church. I'm talking personally. I'm talking how we see one another. I'm talking about looking at things from different perspectives, not from old perspectives, not from old ways. Even when we're looking at the things that are going on in this world, we're going, what's another way to look at what's happening in this world? What's another way to intersect with what's happening in this world? It's expanding how we perceive and view things. So it's expansion isn't just about activity. It's not just about outreach or reaching. It's not about more output. It's about a greater capacity, a greater alignment, and a wider impact, both internally and externally. So here we go. The 3 boxes of expansion. If we're going to take these boxes and place them over expansion. Okay, number 1, it doesn't mean you abandon everything. But there are things within our life that are core, that are grounding, and that are identity forming. So, box 1, now I'm totally working around expansion, asks what light must be protected so that expansion doesn't become dilution. So what is it within our life that we need to hold on to before we get to box 2, which we're going to get to? But what is it in my life that is effectively working in my life? Did we hand out the papers? Yeah. So what we're going to start with when we hand out the papers is we're going to ground ourselves in box 1 in what is working in our life, in what is grounding in our life. What do we need in our life? Okay, what is making our life work at this time? So this is what I want us to do. I'm going to give 5 no. I have to try to figure out how we're going to do this because I didn't even think this through because I was working on it this morning. So I'm going to give 3 minutes for you to go through the box 1 questions. Which I don't even, oh, here they, nope. Where is my, oh, there it is. Okay, so the box 1 questions. So what I'm going to ask you to do, and you can write it on the back, 3 minutes, and I'm going to time it by yourself. And then you're going to go into a small group of 4 people, and I'm going to invite you to share with one another, okay? Time starts now. Okay. So for those of you who are comfortable getting into a small group, I invite you to get into a small group. Elders, I'm going to ask you to help me organize this and help organize getting into. And those of you who are not, it is okay just to sit in your seat. So you are not forced into getting into small groups. For all of you introverts in the room that don't like talking to other people, it is okay. And you're going to have 5 minutes in your small group. Elders and leaders, if you can help organize a little, that would be great. Okay. Do you need more time or something? Y'all good? Okay, go ahead. 2 more minutes. How about now? How we doing now? We good? Okay. All right, so just kind of stay together. All right, we ready? Okay, box 2. So expansion also requires some shedding. That's the letting go. So you cannot expand while you are gripping. So some things that once served you now limit or clutter or exhaust you. So box 2 asks, what's taking up space that the new light needs? Or without box 2, expansion becomes overcrowding. And box 2 is the toughest because we think that we need these things desperately. It's hard to let go of things that we think are working or that look like they're working or that we've always done. So box 2 has some questions, and when we let go, then there's spaciousness for expansion to happen. So now I invite you to move to questions 2. Is it question 2 that you have on your paper? Okay. So move to box 2 questions and take a minute, look those over by yourself, and then you'll go back into your group. So 2 minutes to look them over, and then when that's done, I'll call you to go into your, so stay where you are. You don't have to move, just take a look at them, and then in 2 minutes, you can move into your groups and start talking again. Okay, now I invite you to get back into your groups, which you're there already, and answer these questions together. And I'm going to give you, what did I give you last time? 5 minutes?
It turned into 7.
It did turn into 7. I'm going to try 5.
Try 5.5.
6.5.
We'll get better as we go.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Just begin. Okay, how we doing? Are we done? Good? Okay. All right, let's come back together for the final one. Oh my goodness, who did that? That's hilarious. Okay, Celine, you got to sit down for a second, hon. You're like blocking the whole congregation. All right. Everybody back? People in the back? Back people? People who are still talking? Come back. Okay, beautiful. All right. Box 3. All right, expansion. You know, box 3 is exciting and scary all at the same time. And box 3 is the box that we take chances. Box 3 is the one that requires us to have courage, to feel the fear and do it anyway, to acknowledge that this may not work. It is the box that we look at and we have a large grace margin for acknowledging that this could fail. And in our context, and I often say it, is within Cornerstone, I say a lot, fail fast. That if people come to me and say, I want to try this, I'm like, try it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, Earth will still rotate, the sun will still come up, and clouds will still be in the sky. So let's try. So that's kind of, we keep going. So the questions, the one thing I want to say that we wrote down or was written down was we partner with God and what God is birthing. That's what we're doing. God, what do you want to birth through me, in this place, in my life? What do you want to birth? So let's move to box 3 questions. And I'm going to give a couple minutes for you to think them quietly to yourself and then to go in your group. So go ahead. 2 minutes. Okay, go ahead and get into your groups and share what you wrote. And we'll have 5 minutes, because you did 5 minutes last time really well. All right. Everybody good? All right. Come on back. Oh, are you saying 2 minutes, honey? Oh, 2 minutes. Okay, keep going for a few more minutes. All right, keep going a few more moments. Let it be known that it's not my fault that it's going longer. Just saying. Just saying. Thank you. It's my honey's fault. All right, what about now? We good? 2 minutes goes fast, I know. All right, let's come back. How was that for everybody? Is that good? Did you get something out of it? Just throw out words or sentence. Whoops. Throw out words or sentences. What was it like for you? Just call it out to me. Connection. All right, what else? Heart. Hard. Okay. Very. Especially box 2. It is. Don't want to look at it. Yeah, makes sense. What else? Who else? True identity. New identity. New identity. Okay, great. Who else? Reflection. I love reflection. Anyone else? You can give me a negative one too. There's a lot of high contexters in this room. Yeah. Community? Yeah. What I asked David was and what came up for you, like words or sentence, just of this exercise? How it was for you? Liberating. Okay, nice. What'd she say? Can you turn that down, Erica? A lot of people rent space in your head rent free. And you said it's good to listen to the perspective of others. Am I right? So there's not so much narrow-mindedness. Yeah, it's good. Being intentional rather than reactionary. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I love these kind of exercises because we don't often take the time to be intentional and to ask ourselves these questions and to get quiet and listen and ask these kinds of questions to ourselves. So, just in closing, too much of box 1, and we have too much preservation. Too much of box 2, and there's an instability. And too much of box 3, and there's exhaustion. So all of these boxes, there's an invitation to a flow and to overlay them. The beautiful thing I love about these boxes is that we can overlay them in a lot of different arenas. We're using these for our leadership, but as I said, we also use them personally, and as you see, I use them overlaying our word expansion. So they're very versatile, and we can play around with them. So I also put together personal reflection for you to take home with you that is from box 1, box 2, and box 3 that I would love to invite you to take some time this week by yourself and just sit with it and continue working through these boxes for yourself. And if you want a copy of the PowerPoint so that you can kind of take a look at it, you can do that. And also, FYI, the 3 boxes comes from this book. It comes from 3-Box Solution by VJ. What did you say? Oh, here. What she said. All right. All right? Amen? Amen. Thank you for joining me today and doing this. And yay, Soph, glad you're safe.